Hello and welcome to the African Regional Conference 2016. I'm James King, the Banker's Africa and Middle East editor, and I'm joined now by Sido Bestani, who is Swift's head of Africa, Turkey and the Middle East. Sido, it's great to see you again.
Thank you, James.
Now, this is the last day of the African Regional Conference, Sido, but obviously you hosted the opening plenary session looking at the big mega trends affecting Africa today. What did you learn from that session?
Yeah, Africa is still considered as the land of opportunity, so still, the place where you need to invest. Africa is emerging slowly but surely. So this is really the main takeaway of the discussion we had during the megatrends.
Mm-hmm. And do you see that from the conversations you've had at the ARC so far, are there key challenges on the horizon for Africa?
Yeah, obviously, even though it's optimistic figure or overall figure, at the same time there are some important challenges that Africa need to face. Just to give some of them that we discussed during the session, governance. Whether it is corporate governance or government governance. There are some challenges there. It needs to improve. There has been some remarkable changes, but still there we have some challenges. If you look at the intra-African trade, intra-regional trade, again, it's growing, but still very low. 20% of the business done by, initiated by Africa is done within Africa. The rest is outside Africa. If you compare it to Europe, the business within Europe is 70%. It represents 70%. Asia is 50%. So there is room for improvement in this area. And maybe the other important challenge is the financial inclusion. You have on average 10 to 30% of the population in Africa which are banked. So again, there is room for improvement in this segment.
Sure. You mentioned the idea of connectivity as well as financial inclusion. Obviously, they've been key topics in this year's African Regional Conference. What role can, innovation play in answering these challenges for Africa today?
Yeah. Obviously, technology is not helping the world; it's also helping Africa, and technology help address those challenges. If you take mobile phone, everybody's talking about M-Pesa, but you have different local initiatives helping the people in Africa, to do their payments, to have access to health services, etc., etc. Internet is also technology helping, for example, the kids to have access to knowledge and so on. So really, technology is one of the main drivers to address those challenges. The other aspect, which could help, is the population in Africa is growing very fast when compared to the overall population in the world. Today, you have around 1.2 billion inhabitants in Africa. By 2050, it is forecasted that you will have around 2 billion people, which means a lot of young population, which is good because then it can help grow the continent. Whereas, for example, in Europe, they have more aging population. So this is positive, but at the same time, some people, just highlight or they say it might be hindering the growth. Why? Because if you don't have the right economical growth in Africa, then this young generation might not get opportunities for employment, which means then people on the street and all the crises that it can trigger. So technology, population, there are many aspects which can help address those challenges. The future looks bright, but it's not going to be an easy road.
Well, it's been a really interesting conference this year, Sido, and thank you again for joining us today.
Thanks a lot, James.